Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Capitalize Your Best podcast, where we help you capitalize on what you do best to grow your revenue. My name is Gordon Duncan. I'm the owner of Capitalize Marketing and Consulting, and the Capitalize Your Best podcast debuts every Wednesday. I also have a personal podcast on Mondays called This Is Gonna Hurt, and still touring around with that Friday entertainment podcast. But right now, for here, let's jump right in. As always, though, thank you for watching, listening, reviewing, and sharing. So, towards the topic today, let's talk about creating business discipline. I do not know any single successful person in business who is not disciplined. It doesn't mean that they're disciplined in all areas, but it means that they show great discipline. Even now, with the mentors in my life, I know they have a very regimented life that I know that they have established with themselves, their coworkers, and their family areas of discipline where they just have to get things done. And I know that I seek to do that same for myself. Now, I have not always been a disciplined person. I think that I began to discover discipline when I went to seminary and I was managing an eye clinic and had a family. And it was like, how am I going to get all this work done? And really started to put together the discipline of waking up early, studying, going to the office, coming home, being with the family, studying more. And that was really when I began to put together a disciplined life. And then as that grew, I wound up running a business while I planted a church, and that required a measure of discipline. But I really think it hit for me when I became a marathon runner. This year, I am celebrating 16 years that I've been running. And to become a marathon runner, you're going to have to run a minimum of 3 days a week. I run 6 days a week. But figuring out how to do that with family and life really began to put together some structures in place. And that really came down to just my desire. I wanted it. I made the choice. I wanted it. So then I put together a life that created those things. Upon the onset of seizures back in 2012 and my putting my brain back together over the next 3 years, discipline became absolutely essential for me because I had to tell my brain to do things. A lot of my operating functions and my normal things no longer applied. So I had to create new disciplines in my brain. And it literally was, well, what is it I want to do? I have to make a choice to do those things. And so that was the result of putting together a disciplined life. And since then, I have been passionate about studying the brain, studying brain activities, psychocybernetics, the answer, any of those things. Like, what is it that has to be done to put my brain together? Now, that's how I've created disciplines around my business, where I've heard you guys have heard me talk every Sunday or at least one day per weekend. I'm going to put together hours of activity, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of just straight activity, getting things set and done to operate so then I can focus on marketing and sales throughout the week. Now, with that being the case, then I put together other disciplines. Again, when am I going to sleep? When am I going to run? When am I going to spend time with my family? When am I doing outreach? When am I going to spend time with people I care about? Becomes a discipline. Now, the real question then with all that is, how are you going to create disciplines in your business life? Because I speak to people and they're like, I just can't do it. I can't do all the marketing you want me to do. I can't do the social media, or I can't exercise, just have a hard time. And it comes down to people telling me often what they can't do more than anything else. And that is part of it, is that we've got to change the way I think away from I can't do things to I am doing things. I go away from I can't to do things to I am doing things. That choice is what creates the beginning of discipline. Now, if you have that inherent in yourself, that you know what you want and you know how to put together the desires and the disciplines, then it really is just you deciding what it is that you want and implementing it. If you know what you should be doing and you're not doing it, then do those things that lead to success and continue to do them until they succeed. That manner of discipline. If you're in a place of life right now where you're not able to do that, you're not able to make those choices, you're not able to put those things together, then here's my recommendation. My recommendation is you go get a coach or find a mentor. A mentor is someone in your local area or community that you can speak with who is further ahead of you, is willing to give their time personally. Very different than a coach. A coach you hire to say, help me do this thing. Now, there's so many coaches out there. And when folks ask me about being a marketing coach, they're like, don't you worry about the competition? And I'm like, my competition is not the good coaches. I'm happy for them. My competition's all the bad coaches because they're so vocal and they give coaching a bad reputation. I'm a good coach because I create patterns and I follow up my clients and I walk my clients through it. I only coach that area that I have had success in and that I know works. And so there's a lot of bad rep out there that is 100% earned. But here's the thing, if you know what you want and you're not getting it, or you're not doing the things you know you need to do, you have to hire a coach. Every elite athlete, elite performer in the world I know has a coach or a circle. If you look at my mentors here in town, two of them are part of an elite group that gets together, hold each other's disciplines, hold each other accountable, challenges each other, brings ideas together, and they get smarter together. I haven't been invited to part of that group. I can't wait to be invited to that group one day, but I'm not there yet. But if you want to improve, you've got to be definitive. You got to do it this way. What do I want? Write it down. What do I have to do to get there? Write it down. Do I have the disciplines to put those things in place? If you do, then do it and quit making excuses. But if you don't, then what do I want? What do I have to do to get there? What coach out there can get me there? Now, for us at Capitalize, we offer a variety of programs. Our primary is, of course, the Capitalize Your Best program. This is a marketing and sales program that helps you grow your revenue. I recently have begun custom designing personal programs based upon my years of counseling, ministerial, and running experience. And those are customized personal programs. Love doing those. But I lead with the Capitalize Your Best program. It's set, it's got a 23 video online university. You get daily, weekly, monthly coaching to help you grow and hit your revenue goals. It's very set. If that works for you, reach out to me, speak to me directly, go to capitalizeyourbest.com, set an appointment. But here's what you've got to do. If you want to create business discipline in your life, you have to know what you want. You have to write it down. You have to put down the steps to get there, and then you have to do it. And if you can't do that, you're going to have to get a coach. And every time you achieve a certain level, you're probably gonna have to get a coach and go to the next level. So I hope this is encouragement, my friend. This is how you can create greater discipline in your business. And if I can be a help, just reach out in any way. I look forward to talking to you again next week. Thanks so much, friends. Bye-bye.